Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome to another news update video for Marvel Heroes Omega for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and also PC. Now with these news videos I've looked on the forums and various Twitter accounts and collated information on different subjects. For this particular video we will be having a look at the information we know so far on the Age of Apocalypse operation, which sounds pretty awesome already. So we have some tweets to look at, we have some news from the forums, and we actually have some previews of 2 of the 4 costumes of the Horsemen as well, and we'll actually discuss how those costumes will work because they'll have unique skills on them. Now just before I bring up the information that I've managed to collate, I will mention with these news videos that this is all very much subject to change just because the way development is, so do bear that in mind when we're looking over this. But the first big chunk of information we have is really in regards to the overall terminal. So it says it's coming along spectacularly, which sounds pretty good. It's planned to release with the Omega patch. All the different disciplines involved have been really put together to create some really special stuff. It's been in departmental playtest for a few weeks. We've seen the magic costume, which we'll see later on in the video, and we have the 3 other costumes because of course you have the 4 horsemen. On top of that, each of the costumes will have new tech that allows new powers from them. Now people have been concerned over balancing, but I do have information in regards to that as well that we will cover later on. And just to finish up this initial overview, we can see that there will be a visual update for the Colossus Age of Apocalypse and also the Jean Grey Age of Apocalypse costumes shipping at the same time of this. This is great because they're great costumes and they're a bit dated, so I'm very interested to see what they've done with them. The next bit of info we have here is in regards to a potential release date. Now it's stated that the next major update will bring the Apocalypse content, so we'd have to speculate a bit here. Currently on PC they get large updates once a month, or at least that's the plan that we've been told. Whether or not that would count as the next major update is a different thing, so it could be next month, could be a few months, something that if we get more info on it at a later date I'll certainly put out another video as well. The next piece of information I managed to gather is in regards to the actual powers that these costumes will have. Now I've seen people concerned that the costumes would be pay to win in the regards that they'll have extra special powers making them stronger than our costumes. This is thankfully being clarified. So with this, the powers balance using the same tuning tags that are used for other powers, meaning since you can only slot 8 powers, it uses the same budget that any other power would, so you shouldn't be gaining any kind of actual power difference from using this. It will just be thematic and it will visually look different. Next up we have some info on the voices of these costumes and how they work. So in the operation when you're fighting the bosses there will be a filter applied to them to change them, but when you're actually using the costume yourself they all have their original voice because it's stated that this is the Horsemen versions after they've been freed from Apocalypse's control. Next up we have a look at the costumes themselves. So this particular one of course is magic. Now the 4 horsemen will be Storm, Jean Grey, Magic and also Psylocke. Magic will gain a skill that we've been told is named Bone Walls. We don't know much more than that at the moment. We then have our next tease, and this is for Psylocke, and she will actually be War. And I should mention that I believe Magic would be Conquest, so that would leave Famine and Death for Storm and Jean Grey, so I'm not sure how they're going to work that one out. But with Psylocke she will also have an additional skill called Psychic Ballista, so that's certainly very interesting there. But I hope this roundup of the Age of Apocalypse operation information was useful. If there's any questions as always feel free to ask, and I'll see you all again soon.